So, this is actually the third time I've started recording this, and such is the the problem with recording it late. You get the usual flow of work coming in through the day. Anyway, after the late rising of yesterday, I was back up at a sensible time today. The tea and coffee was made, and I was in my own bed for the first time in about 3 weeks. Although it could be less. I've lost count. I struggled to get to sleep last night, probably because A, it was quite hot, B, I was in a different place again, but C, our ceiling fan is about the noisiest thing on the planet. That said, the comfort of a real bed is quite something. With Hope heading back to school for the first time in what seems like forever, Ashley is going back to sleeping in his own room. Yeah. Something I thought
would never happen.
Would take some doing, but he settled down last night with no problems at all. Yeah, he sucked his thumb, and he had baby boy, his little cuddly toy, in his hand. Settled down with no trouble at all. I had an awesome chat with Kelly Meffin yesterday about doing something more formal on the positive versus negative mindset front. We are considering doing a joint podcast to go out on our social media channels to help you if you are one of those many people who find it difficult to overcome the barriers which prevent you from doing what you really want to be doing. It's something I only have my experience on, so it'll be good to hear it from someone who's already helped so many people achieve the things that they never thought was possible. So I'm looking forward to that. Speaking of things that people have never thought possible, I had a go at writing a haiku yesterday. It's a Japanese poetry format with 3 lines. The first has 5 syllables, the second has 7, and the last has 5 again. It's something that Tim Gardner introduced me to, or rather, Tim made me more familiar with the format. I picked something that I'm longing to get back to as my first sort of subject, and that's wild camping in the hills. So, even if you're not interested, here is my first ever haiku. It's called Wild Camping, and it goes something like this. Mountaintop sunrise, rain beads on the sill nylon, cuckoo in the glen. I like the format because it's convenient. I definitely don't see myself as a poet, but I do like to evoke emotions and memories using words, so this little outlet seems ideal. I'll try another soon, I think, maybe even tomorrow. I spent a lot of time working on narrowing the values that I hold in high regard yesterday. I like to have them at the centre of every part of my interaction with readers and authors and suppliers, and I felt it would be quite appropriate to have some posters made up around the office to help me remember them for the times when it's most difficult, because they don't always come naturally. They require effort to employ them, but boy is it worth it. You get so much more back if you apply these values to sort of everything that you do. Another thing I've spent time on is my own take on the publishing process. I have a mind to do a series of posts which help you to publish your own book, should you wish to. There are tons and tons of guides out there on the internet, but I wanted to share my take on things because they seem to be a little less traditional and certainly less formal. And I think it makes the process much more accessible and far less scary. So, if you have a book in you and you want to get it out there, stay tuned. It will go out on my own personal channels rather than my business pages, so that you don't have to be at the mercy of a publisher to get your book out there, unless you really want to. I'm really, really looking forward to this week, and guess what? It's already here. What's on your plan for the week ahead? I want to hear it all. Big love.